Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK, and we're in for a treat today. We're gonna, new week, new doodle. So I hope that you're gonna join me, and it's an easy one. All you need is some paper and a pencil, really. Let me see if anybody's in with me. Let's see if it's working. Good, the sound is great, says Stuart, so I'm glad. Our friend Stuart is in the building with you. So if you have any questions, then Stuart is the man to ask. Now, the chat doesn't seem to be working here at my end, so I'm afraid I can't see what you're saying, but carry on talking among yourselves and I shall continue undeterred. Cheers. Happy Monday. Sun's shining, stopped raining. Eh? Let's crack on. So I thought it'd be really nice today if we tried something new. I have to ask you, do you realize that it's December this week? December starts on Thursday. I can't believe it's the 12th. It's the 12th month of the year already. What is going on, eh? Isn't that insane? Yes, Stuart, thanks. Keep me posted. I will have to sort that out afterwards. I don't know why that's not working, but there you go. Nope, it's not working. Anywho, let's crack on. Leaves everywhere, all over the garden, all over the paths. They're just tumbling. The golden leaves are tumbling. And I thought it'd be really nice to draw a leaf and then fill it, do something nice. We've done this. I don't think we've done this in the shack. I've certainly done this with leaves. We've got leaf outline stamps and leaf masks, etc. But I thought it'd be really nice to have a look at a leaf and draw it. Are you up for that? So let's have a look. Look at this leaf. Check that out. Isn't that a beauty? Isn't that a beautiful leaf? Hey? This is collected and pressed by our friend Mel Turner when she's on her walks. What a masterpiece. In fact, she gave me some much coveted leaves all ready to make art with. And did you know that you can stamp on them and paint on them? Check this out. Isn't that lovely? So there you go. You can see here, this is a lovely, we're thinking this is a maple or a maple leaf. This is a maple leaf or an acer. They're quite big, aren't they, for acers? So there you go. But you can see this is white paint. This is white. You can use Posca pens, for example. I've definitely put ink around the outside. This will be a permanent ink pad. And then I've used one of our lovely masks and just gently sponged through. So let's have a look close so you can really see the veins on the leaf. Let's have a look. See? But it's beautiful. I did this a couple of years ago. Yeah, quite something. Very organic, isn't it? You think that's beautiful? And then we've just mounted it on one of our canvas boards. But it's quite a lovely piece, I painted the canvas board, the large one. So this is an 8x8. This is a 10x10. For this one, I would need a 10x10 and a 12x12. I'd go large on that one. But what a beautiful piece of artwork. And the veins are on the back when you're doing this. So you've got a smooth inking surface. But, I did this a couple of years ago and it's still as good as new. And they're very delicate. You've got to be careful. But I mean, rather nice idea, don't you think? So then I thought, right, well, let's take the shape, let's draw the shape, and let's doodle the shape, and let's make our own art. So I thought it'd be nice to use, instead of white, let's use craft card. I mean, you can use whatever you like, but I'm suggesting craft card because, and we've done this before as well. So we've got these, haven't we? And the sale is still on, and I reckon these are in the sale. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stuart. Card blanks. So we've got these card blanks that I often just cut up and split so that I've got fronts. This is a 5x5, and you can see here I would have just split it into two like that. That'll give you a chance to get started. If you're going to doodle along with me, what did I use? Well, let me show you where we're headed. There, that's where we're headed. Isn't that nice? So what we need to do this, I suggest that we use a piece of tracing paper. You need something. Do you know what? I'm going to move this fantastic art piece out of the way because it's pretty spectacular. And one day I will create a piece of art with that leaf. Right, let's have a look. So I need card blanks, and yes, they are in the sale, says Stuart. And then I need something to draw around. So depending on the size of the leaf that you want to draw, I just use stamp board. You could use a mug or a cup, couldn't you? I used the middle one. That's too big. I used that one so I could see where I was going. See, and then I just went outside of it. If you use that one, you're going to end up much bigger. So I used the medium one. And that's going to be, I don't know, my eye says 3.5 inches diameter, but I could be wrong. Therefore, I'll get a ruler so that we're all on the same hymn sheet. Let's have a look. 3.5 on the nose. Love it when I'm right, which isn't always the case, but that's so 3.5 inches is a good starting place, right? So it'd be about the same. There you go. Look, regular mug. Pencil. Need a pencil. What have I got here? 3B. That'll do. Nice. 3B is quite soft. That's quite good. So if you're new to the shack, oh, my thumb. What have I done? My thumb. These Faber-Castell pencils, great for drawing. They are the cat's whiskers. I knew you said something else. And we're not using these this time. No pen, no inking. All we're going to use is, let me see, where is it? A white pencil. So I use my Pergolina white B1. Look how short that's getting. So if you want, I think we can buy these separately on our website. Can't we, Stuart? And are they in the sale? Those are my questions. These are the Pergolinas. There's a white one, a B1. B1. Oh, no. Is that it? There it is, B1. It's looking a bit thick through this one. There it is, B for blending. So, obviously used muchly. But I think we sell the Pergolinas individually. So if you, for example, if you go through one pencil more than you do another one, then you don't have to buy the whole set. And Stuart says yes and yes, which means yes to the Pergolinas are available individually, and yes, they are also in the sale. Are they in the sale individually as well? If people wanting to stock up on the white one, for example, instead of have to buy the whole set, Stuart, could you just buy that on its own? Just asking. Okay, so we've got that and that. Tracing paper. Definitely. We're going to go for a tracing. We're going to trace it because it's so much easier to correct yourself, isn't it, on a bit of tracing paper. And yes, we've got tracing paper too. And yes, the link is posted. Well done, Stuart. He's all over it. So that's what we're going to do. And then, see, once you draw it like that, I drew it like that way round. And then I transferred it like that. See? That's what I did. So I've already got mine, but we'll go again. We'll do it again. And so I'm going to use a piece of tracing paper. Let's take a piece of tracing paper, take it out of there so I don't push through on all the other leaves, if you get my meaning. Right, we're going to use the tracing paper and then we'll use our circle to draw around. There we go, look. So you're going to draw around it like that, but you see all the tips are all protruding, but it just gives us points to go to. Okay, that'll do. This will control the size for us, and then we know that it will sit on the, there you go. So we've got that for a start. Can you see that okay? I wonder if I put a piece of white underneath. Let's see if that's easier for you to see. Oh yeah, okay, that's better, isn't it? Right, so we've got that, and then what we're going to do is, see, if you look here like that, what we're going to do is stalk here, obviously down the bottom, and then points. So if we look at this leaf, which I think looks to me like a maple leaf, it does, doesn't it? It looks like the Canadian maple leaf. What do you think? They're 78p each in the sale. The white pencils are. Boom. And then you get your discount on top. That's a good price. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 points. We've got 5 points plus a few little bits down the bottom. So we'll definitely put let's put one at the top. See, we can draw it straight, and then we can always turn it at a cheeky angle when we go to position it, can't we? So let's just do it straight. So we'll put a point at 12 o'clock, and we'll put a point at 6 o'clock. We'll put a point at, let's call it 10, and one at 2. Yeah, 10 and 2, 3, bit over, come this way a bit, right? 9, 10. Then we'll come to 4. Let's do 4 o'clock. Here to here, right? Let's have a look at this one here. There, there, there. Just keep going until you're happy with the sort of shape of your leaf. So this has got nothing to do with what the leaf's going to look like when it's done, but it's giving you a rough idea of where you're going, right? Now let's concentrate on the top. This is all just rough to get your shape right. So now, for example, perhaps here you want to put another one in there like that. Go like that a bit. If you like, if you've got an eraser pencil, you can get rid now. If you've got too many going on, get rid of a few. Actually, I need a little brush, because if I keep using my hand to sweep through, let me grab a brush. See, I'll do that. There we go. Anyway, how are we? We dived straight into this. We dived, right? Yeah. I just wanted to start because I thought we could chat while we're going. Right, see, so you've got that. Then you're going to come in like that. So you can get rid of, yeah, I'm quite happy with this. So now let's start with the top bit. This bit here, this particular piece here. And we're going to come like that, I think. Right, so we go like that. Let's get some more spiky bits going. Right? Oh, wrong rubber. Pink is needed. So this is the best way, I think, to do this. So now we've done that one. Let's do the next one. So this goes like that, and then it kind of goes like that. So now let's come out into this one. This is quite a big gap here, isn't it? Maybe I'm going to come up a bit more like that. I think this is going to look good. Okay. Right. So that looks better already. See? So that's nice. And that's going to come like that. And we're going to come round like that. Okay, I reckon we're getting there now. So let's have a look. So now we're going to just keep teasing this round. And now we're going to start bringing in some more, fattening it up a bit, you see? Because you want it to, if it's too thin, let's make this one a bit fatter actually, like that. Because there'll be more picture opportunity then. Let's call that a picture opportunity. There you go. It's looking better. Right, you see? So then this one's going to come round like that, and that one's going to be like that. And then this one's going to come round like this on a spike, like that. That one, I'm happy with that corner. Do you see? And then the top, right, now this one, we could go up higher, couldn't we? Like that, for sure. And now this one over here, just keep going, right? Round we go. This is good. We might bring a bit more detail in here. So we don't want to. Okay. How's yours looking, so to speak? You see what you're doing is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you like, 5 tips, and then you just start building them out. And once we're happy with our basic shape, I think that's the key, isn't it? You've got to like what you're looking at. Otherwise, this is what the whole idea of the tracing paper is, to make sure that you like what you're looking at. So now I'm going in that direction with my stalk. Right, so we're going to come in like that, and then down we come. There we go. Nice stalk. That'd be lovely. Because you see, and now what we're going to do is start adding interest. You see these bits here, like that? Because what that does is it gives you, at the moment it's too smooth. This will give us brilliant opportunity to make that really cool shading. You know, where the shading actually sits. Normally when we do a drop shadow, what we're doing, let's have a look at this. When we do a drop shadow, usually we just concentrate and tuck in on the edge, don't we? But what you'll see here is, as I get towards the edge, I go away from it. There's no shadow here to speak of. I've come down that. And that's what gives you that sense of, if I hold it like that, it really looks like it's 3-dimensional, doesn't it? It really looks like you could put your finger. I'm not finished yet. I've really enjoyed doing this though. But if I lay that down, it really looks like it's curled up off the page, doesn't it? Look at that. Optical illusion. The trick here is to get to nearly the end and then go that way. See? Here, like that. We've done this. We did this on the... did we do a bauble, or what was it? Snow globe or something? Come on, what did we do? I can't remember, but I do know there was something we did. Oh, it was the sphere. We just did an exercise, do you remember, in doing a ball, didn't we? Like a golf ball. Yeah. And I thought this would be really cool to do again. Because the thing is, I believe, when you practice something, you know, and then you step away from it for a little while, and then you go back after a while, and it's like muscle, it's that muscle memory. You flex those muscles again, and it kind of pings you. You remember, and then you add to it, and you remember, and you add to it. I mean, that really, if you consider it, that underpins everything that we've done in the shack, isn't it? We did a little bit, then we did something else, then we went back to the original thing, and then we went and did something else. So we did colouring, doodling, colouring, doodling, colouring, doodling, and shading, colouring, doodling, and shading a bit more, colouring, and all the time the colouring was getting better and better and better, and the doodling was improving and improving. You know, so over the period of 3 years now, this isn't, for those of you who've been in the shack since its inception, right? This won't be new to you. And even if it is, it's not that hard. You just got to deconstruct it, deconstruct, have a look, step away. Tracing paper's a great safety net, isn't it? For me, it takes, yeah, of course it is. Full stop. Shut up, Barbara. Less is more. Right. Okay, let's have a look. So are we happy with the leaf? And the other thing about the leaves, of course, is that every one of our leaves is an original. Now this here, let me just check. Am I going too large for my 5x5? Is this going to end up being a 6x6? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let's have a look. Doesn't it look bigger? Let's have a look at this. All right. What is bigger? That's white grey. See, look how much is peeping out there. So more peeping out, Barbara. Oh well, I may have to go to 6x6, but who cares? I have. Right. Now let's start up here. What we're going to do now is introduce. Yeah, definitely bigger. Look. But actually, what's made it a lot bigger, friends, is the stalk. Let's take this out a bit, Gray. Come on. Let's get a bit more. Let's tidy it up a bit. Let's make the stalk small. You know what it is? It's because I'm aware that when you're watching, you want it to be. See, look. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in here like that, and bring that in there like that, and then that's it. Make that a bit smaller. Make that a bit wider. That's a bit tighter. Now I reckon that's already, we're halfway there. Look how that dropped everything else down. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay, the good news is I've already got my masterpiece done. I've already spent an hour on it. Right, now, okay. But what I was saying was we want to make these little bits now. All right, because what that will do is that will give us opportunities for shadow. See, have little bits, add shadow. Right, let's start from the top. If I take that one there, does that help? Yes, it does. So I'm going to just go from here now, right, and then we'll come down and let's just see. There you go. That'll do. Then we'll come down this side. We'll add a little bit. I mean, everyone is different. There are no two leaves the same. Think about that, friends. No two leaves. All those millions of leaves on the ground, no two are the same. That's quite something, you know. Same as human beings. Okay? Right. So let's have a look. I just got a really great message from Mel, right? Brilliant. I've got to tell you. Hold on a minute. Let me tell you. Mel says, it's a sycamore. Wow. So that beautiful, great big leaf, Dave was right because he said it was a sycamore. It's a sycamore. Let me see. What does he say? What does she say? She says, hi, Barb. It's sycamore, which is an Acer/maple. Ah, okay. All part of the same family. Acer pseudoplatinus. What a great word. Let me write that down for you. This has to be recorded, friends. An Acer pseudo. Thank you so much, Mel. Pseudo. And why does Mel know this? Because I thought it must be an Acer. I'll tell you why. Because she used to run and own an Acer nursery. Aha! So there you go, Acer. I'm going to say it again slowly. It's sycamore. Let me show you, because it's a masterpiece. Here we are, sycamore. It's sycamore, which is an Acer/maple. There you go. They're all the same. And that's something else. I'm off the hook. Thanks, Mel. I like to know from the experts. And what's interesting, Dave, I said to him, what leaf is this, Dave? He said, it's a sycamore leaf. I said, well, I think it's a maple. He goes, yeah, but we don't have maples that size in this country, love. And I said, well, Mel picked it. He goes, it'll be an acer. Oh, all right. He said, it's a sycamore. So we were going backwards and forwards. I said, do you know what? Let's just draw it. It's a leaf. Leaf it out. Leaf it there. Now, sorry about that little intermezzo, but I think it's good to know, don't you? Jenny Hopman's watching from Melbourne. Well, hello, Jenny. Welcome. We're having a debate about acers and maple leaves and sycamore. And my friend Mel's just told me they're all part of the same family anyway. Cool. Okay. Now I'm happy. Thank you, Melanie. Acer pseudoplatinus. There you go. We live and learn. Isn't it lovely to live and learn? To live and learn. Now let's continue, right? So now I actually quite like this, but I'm going to keep going a little bit. I'm going to make this bit a bit fatter because I want to give myself some more shading opportunities. You see, right, here we go. Oh, that was a bit blunt. Okay, I think I'll curl that one up, and this can come down. Then I think I'll give that one a nice point because this is going to be really cool for, like, and this needs a little bit of help because that's going to be a lot of shading in there. See, you got to kind of think ahead a little bit to what you want to do. So I reckon that that'll be quite cool there. Look, hey, no. And then we're going to do this side. Okay, not symmetrical grey. So we'll do something a bit different over here. That'll do. That'll be nice. Bit of a tear in this one then. Hey, it happens. I like it. I love it, actually. Let's have a look. Look at the two. What do I think? I think that one could do with a little bit more up there. Do you think that needs to be a bit bigger? Let's have a look. Maybe a bit fatter. Yeah. It was a bit thin, wasn't it? There you go. Have you got your leaf sorted? That'll do. I think that's quite nice. But all the time the circles kept you in check, see? So now I can put some proper lead down. There you go. Graphite. So when I lift that over, there you go. Not bad at all. A little bit bigger. But I think it works. Yeah. Perfect. Now it's up to me now whether, see, you could put it on straight on, couldn't you, like that? But I quite like it at a jaunty angle like that, where the top's like that. Don't you? Yeah, I do. I'm wondering whether to use a larger bit of card, only because, hang on, come on. So I always trim it back, can't I? But I can't add it, if you know what I mean. So if I were to put this on, do you know what would look really nice? I've just had an idea. What about if I put this on here and then we could use one of the embedders? Yeah, I'm going with a larger. So what's this? This has got to be, is that a 7x7? Now I'm really cooking. If I went with a 7x7, check this out. So if I go, so that's 5x5. That's this has got to be a 7x7, isn't it? Yeah. Right, 7x7. So if I put this in the middle, so I drew it like that. So now I'm turning it round that way, and I'm going to stick that in the middle, right? Stay there a minute, because I've got these in bed. Oh, excuse my grey head. Right, let's have a look. Because I reckon that if I took one of the embedders, yeah, maybe a bit smaller than that. Cool. Okay, we're on it. That could be a really nice finishing touch, couldn't it? Yes. I'm left-handed, Nahid. So this hand's all right. Isn't it weird? I'm left-handed, but it's my right hand that's damaged. I don't know how that works. No, thank you for inquiring, but actually my left hand's fine. Right, we need a bit of masking tape. Here we are, to hold it in place. Hold it in place while we transfer the... Do you know what would look really nice as well? If you actually put a circle around it. Anyway, just do the job, Gray. How far do we want to... Where do we want to go? Do we want to go... Do we want to tip over that far? I think that's better, like that. In the centre. Good enough. And I'll attach it to the back like that, so that it doesn't move while I'm transferring. Yeah? Do you know what would be better? No, leave it, Gray. Shush. I was just going to trim, so I'm working on a single level. But I think I'll leave it where it is right now. That'll do. Right. Okay. Transfer job. We need to transfer the picture, don't we? You all there? Oh, I don't like this, not having being able to see that you're with me. Definitely going to work on that later. Right, so this side is the back. Right, there's nothing happening here. So let's just see if this transfers now. Let's go. And we're just going to transfer our shape, because that's what we need, is the shape. Good enough. That's the one. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Can you see this all right? Yeah, that's perfect. So you don't want it to be too heavy either, really, which is why I like pencil, because we're not going to ink up the edge. We're not going to put... All we're working on is the white on the inside. So that's the cool part of it, right? So all we need is the shape. We definitely need the shape, but we're not inking it. We just want the really cool... Let's have a look. And if we miss a bit, doesn't matter. We can put it back where we feel it should be. Okay. Right. Oh, I missed that completely. Right, round we go. Which pencil am I using, I hear you ask? 3B, quite a soft one. See, and the great thing about this is, when you do this like this, when you... now I've got two masters, right? So now the pencil's on that side, then I'll flip it over and I can go to that side. And then I can go to the other side. Linkirk says the word acer means sharp because the wood from maple trees was for making spears. Well, isn't that interesting? I didn't know that either. Never stop learning. That's interesting. Acer. Right, now where was I? Let me just check. Got that far. You could see that, couldn't you, from where you were? Right. There we go. This will be good. Okay, so now I've got my maple on there, or my acer. It's there. That's it. Or my sycamore, whichever you fancy. Yeah. Opening that way. That'll do. Now, we've done that. Enter the white pencil. Let's do the white pencil next. See, it's always the sequence. It's always the sequence, friends. So now, where did I put... Here's my white pencil. White works so nicely on craft card, doesn't it? Now, let me just sharpen the tip so that I need quite a... That'll do. So what we'll do now is we're going to come in on the inside. Let's just run the line all the way around the inside of that pencil line that we introduced. There we go. So this is going to be what we work from. There we go. So you make it up as you go along, really, can't you? So yesterday, I had a few hours in my pottery studio, switching off, and it was one of those days which was really necessary. It was a sort of a mopping up day and an experimenting day, you know, where you have to, sometimes you just, I call it an R&D day, research and development. And the kiln, I even fired up the kiln, but I'm not I put some stuff in where I wanted to test some glazes. Before I put the good gear in, I thought because a couple of tiles, they came out cracked and that from the bisque firing. So I used them to try some different glazes and some different tricks with oxides and that. And so it'd be interesting to see. I fully expect one of the bowls to be cracked because if the theory is correct, it can't be fired twice. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know. But I don't like it. So it had two chances. It either survives or it doesn't. But I didn't like it anyway. So there you go. There. Now we're cooking. So we've got our white outline. You can see that, can't you? Good. Now what we're going to do is go again. Just stick to the white now. But what we want is a bit of a flat side, right? So we're just going to go, come on, all you colorers. You know how this works. Like that, round the outside. Lightly, lightly, circular motion. Right, just circular like this. Look, round we go. Just taking that edge. Okay. Layer on layer on layer. This takes a little while, but it's so lovely when it's done. And I thought, well, we'd learn how to do this because it's positive and negative again. It's just what we keep doing, isn't it? Look. So we go around the outside with a lovely white light cover. Well, layer one, then layer two. This is exactly what you do in Groovy, really, isn't it? In parchment. Let's get that flat side going. You know when it's flat, it's softer. There we are. This will work. Round we go. So what else have I got to tell you while we're doing this? Our sale, the Grey Friday sale. It's gone berserk. Absolutely. We were a little bit, well, we weren't sure really how it was going to go. I had my misgivings. I didn't think it would work very well because of all the Paul's in my camp. Dave was in the other camp. He said, it'd be brilliant. You watch. And it's been brilliant. Dave was right. Dave was right about the sycamore leaf and the Acer. He was right about the sale. He's just right, isn't he? He's all round right, which is a good thing. Yeah, so the sale has gone really well. See, now the thing is, though, you got to leave otherwise, what's the point? You might as well do it on white. So we're going to leave the middle and we're just going to keep going round and round the outside. Okay. Second generation. Back we go. Thing about these pencils, these blending pencils, I mean, the white polychromos does the same thing. But I tell you what, there's white pencils and they're white pencils. And I have to say that the white pergoliner is excellent. Otherwise, I'll be saying, get the polychromo white one. But honestly, this is a really, really good pencil for the price as well. Really good price. So go again. Round we go. That's it really. We're just going to keep coming round. We're going to keep coming out a bit so it gets brighter and brighter. but you don't want to press too hard, because if you press too hard, then you make a seal, as in a waxy kind of seal, and then we're going to struggle putting our art, like our landscape that we're going to add. We'll struggle getting the landscape in, see, because it will be like too shiny. I mean, it does get shiny when you burnish it. Look, I'll show you. If I lift it up, you can see where it's burnished. Can you see where I've gone in with the blending? Look, it looks as if it's almost, isn't that lovely? Glossy. But that's these pencils, and then all I did was I went in with a, that'd be all right. We'll be able to draw on that. That's not a problem. Okay. So what can I tell you about this week? Well, tomorrow it's Paul, Groovy Tuesday, and we're really busy. The reason that Stuart's in with helping us today in the shack is because Paul's piling into the orders, trying to make sense of all of them. Be fine. We're on it. We're all over it, friends. It all just takes as long as it takes. But my brother and Dave, you know, they're good. Production, they're up to production. Dave was in yesterday. He went to work to make embedders because the embedders have sold particularly. They've been particularly popular. Yeah, it's good. It's a good, simple thing. Good, simple thing. Right, now, keep going. So it's working now, isn't it? So you just have to keep coming around that outside. Yeah, so Tuesday is Paul in the shack. And then no telly, we're going to all heads down and get these orders sorted out. And then I'm on the telly on Sunday, on the 4th of December. The 4th of December, what is going on? Yeah, 4th of December. That's mad. Right, here we go. So the idea, you see, with the shading is that you keep coming down. As you get into the center, you just don't press so hard, right? And then when you go back up, you put another layer down. Every now and again, you have to sharpen your pencil, because I'll tell you why. Because it also seals the pigment. If you keep pressing and pressing, after a while, the pencil doesn't seem to be working. So you've literally got to kind of rough up the pigment as well. There you go. You could use, you know, you could use this to do that as well. Sand blocks. These are good. I don't know if we've got any left in stock, but these are very good for that as well. Then maybe your pencil won't shorten so quickly. Because what you're doing is you're creating a point, you see? You're creating a point and you're roughing up the pigment again on the pencil, so that you're not hitting sealed color pigment with sealed color pigment. And usually what will happen now is when I go back, it will work better. You'll see. So I'll come back in here. There you go. Around we go. And you can see it comes like next generation whiteness. It's just like parchment art, really. Very pretty to do. Okay. So you just come around. You can add another generation of that whiteness. And you could just keep going, really. It's nice to do. And then the real tips, when you want them to be really white and sharp, see, you could always add that later. Don't have to do each tip and then to completion. Just get the white in. See? Round we go again. Keep it closer to the edge. Closer to the edge, the whiter it gets. And then just go out a bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so the kiln won't be ready till tomorrow. Patience is a virtue. And then I shall see. But I know, right, and that was my point. I know that there are a couple of things. One tile went in cracked, but I used loads of different. I'm experimenting. See, so I want to see when you put wax down whether our masks look like that. Like there's a mask, maple leaf mask. If I put this down on pottery on bisque. Can I put wax down? Will it bleed? And this sort of stuff. This is, look, I'll show you these though. These are, you can see why I ended up with leaves, because Lisa and we were talking about this, and I said, this is weeks ago, I said to Lisa, months ago actually, I said, you know what, Lisa, I would really like a set of leaves so that we can create art within them. And then it all came together. Lisa said, by the way, Barb, I've done those leaves. And I said, oh, good, because I'm doing them in the shack next week. So there you go. And these are being released. She's making them at the moment. These are being showcased on TV when I'm on television next Sunday. There you go, 3 to 5. And that's my last TV show of the year. Paul's on the following week. I might be with him, I'm not sure, on the Wednesday. For the ODS, and that's us for the year then. But they're quite good, so look out for them, because if you struggle drawing, these are great. White ink, makeup sponge, same thing, much faster. If you were thinking of doing these for Christmas presents, just saying, this might be the quicker option to at least get the shape instantly. And here's the thing, uniformly, although of course when you're doing it like this, when you do it like that, you get it uniform as well. Just keep flipping it backwards and forwards, don't you? And no, I didn't use this I didn't trace this out, nowhere near. Look, mind you, I should have, because it's really a nice one. I wanted it to be original. Now let's have a look, a bit more pencil. And then, once we've done all the whiteness, right, you can see it just improving, can't you? Layer on layer, huh? And then what we can do is we can also use a blending nib. The thing about this though is we're not batch making, are we? We're not pumping out cards. This is like yoga for the mind, isn't it? See, now here I started preempting my hills. So for example, I went from here and I thought, yeah, I'd like to make a hill like there. That looks good. And then I thought I'd bring another one in like that. Yeah, like that. Bit hilly there, but that'll do. See, so then I could put that one in the background like that. And I'll put this one in the front, so it'll be a bit brighter. There. I've left a little gap there, just cause. And I'll tell you another thing, which is well worth knowing. If you didn't leave a gap and you thought, oh, I wish I had, right, let me make sure I haven't got any black on my rubber. You can always go back in, look, watch, and you can just take it out. Just literally take it out with so don't ever think that, oh, I've done it wrong. Anything you do can be erased with a pink Faber-Castell pencil. Are these in the sale? I don't know. I don't know. I should have thought so. Well, not sure, because they're not ours. Well, they're cheap as chips anyway. Really, for their use, you know what I mean. There, and that look good. And we've got till Thursday to figure out. Well, I was thinking we'd do the white today. I don't know that I wanted. What's the time? 10 to 11 already. I mean, do we want to start on the? I don't think we want to start on the shadow till Thursday. typical Barbara. I thought, yeah, we could do all the shadow and that today, and then we can do the, you know, the white and the black today, and then we'll do the picture on Thursday. Well, that's just unrealistic, Gray. But what we could do is do the shadow on Thursday, hey? And then we could do the picture on Monday, couldn't we? What do you think of that idea? Because that way you could all do a little bit of R&D over the weekend. You could get your... No point in rushing a good job, right? You could all get your white leaves ready. You could do different ones. Doesn't all have to be a sycamore or an acer. You could do holly. Holly would be a good one. Easy. Couldn't you? Get a couple of these going. And then when we've done that, we could make a few different little scenes. Making a scene, eh? These are from our build a scene range. These ones. These are the build a scene ones. Yes. Cool. I tell you what, on Sunday, you got to see these. They're so cool. I tell you what, I'll dig them out on Thursday to show you. We've got some build a scene masks that Lisa and I have been working on again for weeks. But they're so cool to use. Like, oh, brilliant. And so inexpensive, really. You know, hour for hour, pound for pound, you really get mileage out of the masks, I think. You really do. Now, let's have a look. Is that nice and white yet? It's looking good, isn't it? So you've got to leave a little bit of depth, otherwise our trees are going to get lost, aren't they? But I do like this. What do you think? So we've done the whole thing. There you go. Now, let's have a look. Have I got a... See if this blends out. Let's see. See if you can see if this blends through. It does, doesn't it? So the big sale, the Grey Friday sale, that ends at midnight today. And if you haven't placed an order yet, might be worth having a little look. And if you have placed an order, might be worth having another little look. There might be some essentials that you could really use. There we go. There's always something that somebody needs. I always find when I'm on, see, my thing is the pottery websites. Oh, they must see me coming. Pottery, it doesn't matter. It's if you think this is an endless road, you want to get on the pottery trail, friends. It's a heavy load. I think, oh no, I want to try that clay. I must try that clay, and you know. And then I'm so busy I don't have time anyway. So I've got enough clay to build a house with now. It'll be a small house, but it'll certainly be a garage. There you go, a hovel. Could. I've got so much clay and all the gear, you know, all the gear. And I won't say a no idea. I do have an idea, but there comes a point where you just have to try things out. All the theory in the world, you know. I mean, on the wheel's a wheel. When you're on the wheel, it's like flight hours, I think. You just have to put the hours in. Just keep practicing. That's how you become a production potter or a good wheel, a bowl, you know, a thrower. And I'm not a production potter. When I throw things on the wheel, it's very hard to get anything that looks, you know, like two bowls the same. The only thing that that they've got in common with each other is me, that I am their maker. However, it is improving. It is improving. And there are tricks. There are ways to, there are ways to get uniformity. But I personally, I really enjoy hand building, I like that. At the moment, I'm in the glazing phase because I kind of neglected that bit, and now I need to figure it out. So, I have to experiment. I have to try it out. I have to be prepared to know. I have to know that I could open that kiln and it could be wrecked. Not the kiln necessarily, but there are no Christmas presents in that kiln. There you go. Put it like that. It's purely a figuring it out job. And I've got loads of little tiles. Like I made these little tiles like that. And I stamped in them and I put a hole in them. And what I do is I test the different glazes. Like because it's not just the glazes, it's how much glaze, 1 layer, 2 layers, the consistency of the glaze. There are so many factors. At what point are you adding the glaze? This looks good, doesn't it? Hey? It doesn't look like anything until you add the 3-dimensional aspect. Okay? But it's there. Look, it's there. And it could probably handle a bit more white, but we'll probably put another layer of white on after we've done the black. So what I'd like to do is leave you with this, okay? So you can see where we are, right? So far, and where we're going. That's where we're going. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That really does look like. And then when we've done this, then we'll add our landscapes. We'll think of something. We could do that over the weekend. There you go. What a nice thing to do. Cool. That brings us to the end of today's doodle, and I shall see you. I've got to head on up to Peterborough for a meeting now. But what can I tell you other than it's a wonderful sunny day. Life is good. Eric's having his splint changed at the vet's, so we'll have to figure that one out. And he's doing okay though. Ragnar's fine, missing his brother. My dad is fine. My mum is fine. My brother's fine. Everything is fine. I'm in this lovely, fortunate space at the moment where it's all okay. I know this too shall pass. That's it. This too shall pass. Life is like that, isn't it? But I have to enjoy it while it's good, and I'm not being pessimistic. I'm enjoying it while it's good, because that's when I get my energy for when things turn, because it does. That's the way life works. When it's good, enjoy it. Build your reserves up for when it changes, because it will. Of course it will. It has to. Not tomorrow, maybe. Might be a while. But let's be real. Life is not a bowl of cherries, is it? Lots of love. Have a great week, and I'll see you on Thursday for more leaves. Okay. And thanks, Stuart, for your help. Bye-bye there. Bye-bye.